Okay, so I just wanted to show off this project that I've been working on for some time. It's a shift register driven lighting fixture. Um, so I've designed this circuit board. Let's turn this off. So I have this hooked up right now just to test to a rotary encoder, hooked up to an op amp as a voltage buffer. And so if I turn this to the left, I get zeros through the shift registers. If I turn it to the right, then I get ones through, and those carry on all the way up. As I turn it, I can put whatever data I want through there. So I wanted to be able to kind of have a lighting fixture that I could animate. So I can use it for some kind of notifications or something. So this is what I've come up with. It just uses a TPIC 695 to run the data along, and I have the inputs daisy chained through, and they all pass along through to the next one and the next one. I'm going to actually have more included on the end there, but I can just expand it out. I'm a little worried about the amperage, the power usage, because this is already over an amp. So I'll have to kind of balance that, and I'm also worried about some kind of voltage drop off as we go along, and some kind of weird stuff that might happen with such a just kind of physically large circuit like this. So the circuit itself, we can see right here. Just got it's really simple. It's just a few pull down resistors, a couple pull up resistors here, a local bypass capacitor for the IC, and that's pretty much it. This is a temporary solution. I'm a little bit worried about this shorting out. I've really just kind of hooked this up as quickly and dirty as possible to make sure that it all actually works, which it seems to quite well. So this was the prototype, just to kind of play with the IC, with these being the outputs. You can barely see there, those are some LEDs on the outputs, and kind of a modular design to the inputs there. Just with the pull up and pull down resistors in place. So the eventual goal is to use an Arduino to run this thing, and this has Wi-Fi enabled. So I'll be able to actually control it from my computer and send, different patterns, different animations to it. What I do also have is, I think it's this one, pulse width modulation, so I can actually dim it because it's quite loud right now, and I don't want full brightness lights. So I've been using a pulse width modulation module here just to kind of test it with. It's not hooked up right now, unfortunately, as you can see. But eventually that will also be controlled by the microcontroller. So I'll be able to dim it, brighten it, and change the data that goes through it. So these technically will be addressable, since I can run it at a fairly high frequency. I'll be able to essentially just clock all of them through and then re-enable it, so that we can kind of address things and move lights backwards and forwards as it shifts through the program. So that's the eventual goal. But I had these circuit boards printed in China by JLC PCB. Amazing, like 7 to 10 day turnaround from submitting the design to getting them back. I really could not be happier. I really couldn't be happier with JLC PCB. So yeah, that's the project. Next time you see it, hopefully it'll have an Arduino hooked up to it, and there'll be nice, pretty flashing animated lights.